Welcome back to Star Trek Online, everybody. I'm your host, the Housecoat Gamer, and today we're taking a look at the newly released, and in my case newly acquired, Matsumoto-Class, the legendary Akira. Which is kind of an oxymoron, isn't it? Now, this is not to insult the Akira class. After all, she is popular. Everyone loves the Akira. They love seeing the Akira. They think she's pretty, she's magnificent. And a friend of mine is kind of obsessed with the damn thing because carriers. That said, there is a distinct problem. What's the Akira done? Other than make multiple appearances and basically be a fan favorite to the point where people are making TOS versions of the damn thing. Now, credit where it's due, at least Cryptic didn't do that. They just made a TMP version. But I suspect the actual reason for the Matsumoto's existence, for the Matsumoto legendary ship's existence, is the canonization of the Elita class, specifically in what I believe is the Type 7A material. During Picard, Vox, we see a ship with a very similar profile, red cap nacelles, very good, flying alongside the Enterprise F during Frontier Day. So, it is confirmed the Elita is a canon starship. So, congratulations, boys at Cryptic, and thank you, Terry Metalis, for giving us a ship that actually, well, bulking up the fleet a little. But still, what the hell? Why a TOS skin? I suspect there's an answer to that. And that answer is these. Now, for some moronic reason, these ships were given a different name. However, these are obviously thank you, boys. Wraith-class fighters from Star Trek Starfleet Command 2. Really, guys? Really? Fine. At least then everyone's gonna get a better look at you. Again, this is why I don't do scripts. These are obviously the Wraith-class fighters from SFC-2, Empires at War, and Shattered Mirror. Ergo, I will not be referring to them by their moronic name here, the Kodai. I've been told this has been a reference to Star Blazers, or as known in the West, Space Battleship Yamato. I do this to a point out of spite, because I hate that series. However, as far as I'm concerned, the earlier name is the appropriate name. So, Wraith-class fighters. And yes, while I haven't taken the ship into battle, its stats are effectively the same as, well, the normal Akira. Except in this case, it swaps in comparison to the Fleet Akira, this swaps a science console for an engineering console. And yes, I've given it a T6X upgrade. However, that's not the interesting part. This is. Maelstrom quantum torpedo launchers. In all of our, well, everything, every single little bit of promotional material, we see these torpedoes with a unique animation. And this makes me kind of have mixed feelings for one very simple reason. They look like the photon torpedoes as seen in TMP, specifically during the wormhole. TMP had its flaws, the torpedoes were not one of them. And this has the same animation. So, it's confusing as to see them as quantum torpedoes. Well, we can finally make a proper TMP build, so what can you do? You know, this is why I usually play this game with the audio off. Anyway. It's a command ship, so command engineering primary, miracle worker secondary, well, miracle worker science secondary, but an odd layout. It's akin to a, well, Bortiscue. Which makes this even more weird, as this is a command cruiser. We haven't seen a monumental class shift like this since, well, the STD Mirror Connie, which turned it from a warship. Could you people shut the hell up? Thank you. Since the Mirror Warship Connie, STD Connie, which, you know, every single Constitution class ship was always a cruiser, pure and simple. Tier 1, Tier 2, even the promo Tier 6, all cruisers. The Jar Jar Connie, cruisers. Even the legendary, even the Miracle Worker and Legendary Miracle Worker STD Connies, technically they are cruisers. The Warship Connie is is exactly that, a warship, an escort class warship. Swapping engineering for tactical. I have mixed feelings about that, but at the moment, let's focus on this. Its starship trait is obviously coordinated assault. That doesn't change. Command and control. It enhances kinetic ordnance. It's gonna really I suspect people making torpedo builds are just gonna get this ship, get the trait, and then start torpedoing the crap out of people. Is this worth getting? This was a pain for me to get my hands on. And actually quite a bit of panic, seeing as I got this effectively day one. Well, week one during the sale. And while I haven't played with the ship yet, I know enough about the standard Akira to know it's gonna be worth it. Of course, I am not a fan of the name Cryptic chose. Why not use Wraith? And anyway, I view this as a little more than practice. Now, why do I say this? Think about it. The Wraith, a very popular TMP era fighter craft, is now in game. That comes from Starfleet Command. And as I work on a mod that involves Star Trek, I am forced to look at a lot of ships to see design similarities, design evolution. I'm kind of forced to see where the hell they go on the design evolution chain, as it were. And I see a lot of similarities between this, the Matsumoto, and the Ulysses. And of course the Yamato. From SFC 1, of course. Now, those are very low-poly starships. They're not exactly great, fully admitting. However, considering what Cryptic did to upscale the Wraith, imagine that in the Ulysses and the Yamato. Go ahead. Cryptic can rename the Yamato. I don't care. Just bring in the rest of the SFC fleet. Housecoat Gaming, signing off.